I welcome you all to the 313th Medley Toastmaster meeting. Before we go into today's meeting, I welcome you all a very happy Independence Day. The mission of Toastmaster International is to empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. We follow a few code of conducts in our Medley meetings. First, all of you please put your cell phones in silent mode or switch them off. Second, do not walk around when the meeting is going on. Use a sheet of paper to communicate across the hall. Third, we advise our members to come in a clad and formal attire. And last but not the least, speakers, please refrain yourselves from speaking on taboo topics which are sex, politics and religion. I request another thing from you. Please write your feedback for each speaker in the ballot sheet provided to you. It will be very useful for the speakers. So, to introduce today's presiding officer, I have known her for 5 to 6 years now. She is my very close friend. I got introduced to Medley because of her. She is a very good Toastmaster, my dear friend, a CC completed person who finished her CC recently, so mentioning that specially. Put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Priyanka.
I officially declare the Medley meeting number 313 open. All of us know at least one person who comes on stage and is completely, totally comfortable on stage. They behave as if it's their home. They own the stage. And whenever they speak, they make the audience laugh and cry. And the audience clings on to each and every word they say. Do we all know someone like that? Yes. So what is the difference between this amazing speaker and the rest of the speakers? Is it so that this amazing speaker is born amazing? Is it so that they are genius or they have special talents? Before you answer that, once there was a traveler who was resting near a river. And coincidentally, as he was resting, there came a fisherman who cast his net into the river. And he was very easily able to catch a lot of fish and he went away. When the traveler saw this, he was very amazed. It's so easy to catch fish, even I can do it. And he went and picked up the net that the fisherman had left and he threw it into the river. Unfortunately for that traveler, his hands got tangled in the net and the more he tried to free himself, the more tangled it got. So, what is the difference between this fisherman and this traveler? Is it so that the fisherman is a born genius? Is it so that he has more talent than the traveler? No. The fisherman had two things which the traveler didn't have. One is a lot of practice and two is proper guidance. This is true for all of us as a speaker also. That amazing speaker that you all admire and envy, he has been practicing for years and he has someone whom he can go to and ask for advice when he needs it. So, just to do this very same thing, in 1924, Ralph C. Medley, he started the first Toastmasters Club. And Toastmasters is one of the only forum that I know, where people come, stand in front of 20, 30 people whom they don't know, whom they will never meet outside the club, and they speak, they make mistakes, and there are people who actually clap after they make a mistake. Because the effort of coming here and talking, that itself is a big thing. So there are people who will help them improve, and there are people who will guide them so that they can practice and improve and practice and improve until they reach that position where where the person that they admire is there. So the more you practice, the better speaker you will become. If you feel that you are not that good a speaker, then it's all the more reason that you should come here and speak. Because only practice can make a person who will speak. Okay? Now it's time to recognize a few dignitaries. We have our immediate past president and my mentor, Jayanti. Not immediate, past president. Past president, DTM Sundararaman sir. We have our past area governor, Alex. Can you tell us more about yourself and also how you came to know about the club?
My name is Amar. I'm studying in Anna University Final Year Manufacturing Engineering. He's my friend Adarsh. He introduced me.
Okay. You are?
My name is Pulash. I came to Toastmasters 6 months back because of my friend who is already a member in Vellore.
Okay. Okay. Enjoy.
My name is Preeti Vandana. I'm my Chennai Engineering past and I am infused here by my colleague in medicine.
And
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sekar Kaula. I am presently working as chemist in Qatar Petrochemical. There I am member in 2 clubs. I have served as president and assistant area governor. My friend introduced me to say this.
now let's quickly go into the meeting. The TMOD for today, some know him as the contestant who went up to district level. But I know him as the only NRI member of Toastmasters.
I never knew living 4 weeks out of the country makes you an NRI. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
No man is an island, all by his own. Each man is a part of the continent, a part of the main. What does it signify? It signifies that each and every person born and living in this world are interrelated. They cannot live all by themselves. So that brings us to a very important question. What is independence according to you? Anyone? What is independence according to you?
Freedom
Freedom of what?
of thoughts and action.
Freedom of action, you can do whatever you want.
Yes, unless it doesn't hurt anybody.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Any other answer, please? Thank you.
Freedom of being ourselves.
Being yourselves.
Ourselves, like the same.
Let me tell you something. Thank you very much. Let me tell you something very simple. So a lot of focus has been on what we want to do. Especially people say that a lot of apartments have come up now so that it has created, a lot of families to be apart from each other. So instead of bringing them together in an apartment. Because normally we feel a lot of times we don't even know who our neighbors are. We live like that, all right? So every Toastmasters meeting has something called the theme of the day. Today our theme of the day is independence to interdependence. So whenever any speaker comes on stage and uses this theme, I request each of you to applaud and encourage the speaker. And I also encourage each of you to try and use as many times as possible when you get the opportunity to do so. So in nature, there is always a case of symbiotic relationship. There are organisms that live depending on each other, give and take. For example, there is a classic case of sea anemone and a clownfish. A clownfish is always living around the sea anemone. It's like a plant. The sea anemone offers protection to the clownfish with its stings that attack other organisms, but the clownfish is immune to it. And the sea anemone actually feeds on the fecal matter that comes out from the clownfish. So it is a symbiotic relationship. So in the world, people have to live with one another, depending on each other. And a lot of things have been said about different stages of maturity. So maturity starts from depending on each other and then being independent, and after that comes interdependence. So where you try and help each other and grow together in the universe. Let me get to the meeting proceedings for today. Any Toastmasters meeting generally has 3 segments. So the first segment is the prepared speeches segment. The second segment is the table topics, and the last is the evaluation session. So what happens typically in the first session is that our members come here, they prepare speeches from the competent communication manual or their advanced speaking manuals. They come here and present their projects to us. Normally a 5 to 7 minute speech or 6 to 8 minute speech, depending on the project that they're doing. And then the second session is the table topics session, where we will have a person called the table topics master who will come here, and the person will have the right to pick anyone from the crowd, ask them to come here, give a topic, and immediately ask you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So it helps to improve your thinking on the feet skills, impromptu skills, facing the unknown audience, all those things. The last part is the evaluation session, which is very important, in my opinion, because it lets you know whether whatever has happened throughout this meeting has actually been right, because we come here with the focus of improving ourselves. And how do we know whether we improve ourselves if we don't assess what we have done? So there is a separate segment in a Toastmasters meeting that is exclusively for finding out what are the areas in which we can improve, what are the things that we did well, what can be done better, and all those things. And typically, if you ask me, a Toastmasters meeting is also a place where you are interdependent on each other. It is not that one person can run the meeting all by his own. If the Toastmaster of the day keeps talking like I am doing right now, so probably the meeting proceedings will not happen the way it should be. And that's why we have a timer who will show red when people are exceeding their time limits. So we have a different role players with specific set of responsibilities on all that, which all indicate that interdependence is something that we cannot really afford to live without. We cannot focus on what we want, rather we have to focus on what all of us want. Let's get into the meeting today. Before that, let me introduce you to a person who's going to run the evaluation session, because he has a set of responsibilities and this person has a team as well. So right now, let's bring them on stage and ask them to explain their responsibilities so that we better understand what their responsibilities are. So our general evaluator for today, who's the head of evaluations for this meeting, this person is very young Toastmaster by age as well as in terms of the time that he spent on Toastmasters, but very enthusiastic, all the time looking for new opportunities for learning, always reaches out to people to know few things that he wants to improve upon. And this person actually had a situation where he had to depend on his friends. He had a situation where he had to prepare for his examinations or finish his project work. With the time available, he could do only one thing. Okay? And unfortunately, he had to sacrifice at least one of these. And suddenly there came a friend who was not very close to him, but offered him help to compile that project report for him so that he can concentrate on his studies. So that is Toastmaster Karamveer Singh's experience of depending on others for achieving something. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome our
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Evaluation is something which happens in every meeting. Whether you are 2 months old or 2-3 years old, you will be given evaluation online and offline. Even all the audience, the members in the meeting, are the part of evaluations. You all have been given the balance sheets. This you can pass on to the speakers, the respective role players. The role today I am going to play is general evaluator. I will be the silent observer of today's meeting, which means I will be handling all the role players, evaluators, and other things. My team includes tag team and the evaluation. Tag team is nothing, timer, R counter, and grappling. Explaining today's tag team in context of today's theme, independence to interdependence, goes as such. Timer. We all have the independence and the right to speak according to our constitution. When it comes to Toastmaster International, we have some limits. And this timer makes sure that each and every speaker, the lady speaker, is bound to speak within those time limits. Second comes the R counter. R counter is someone which is very crucial. No matter how pure we have become in terms of a mind and soul, but when it comes to speaking skills, we are still impure and we use inappropriate pauses, interjections, such as filler words, and repetitive words. This accountant will be someone who is going to liberate us in his report the number of hours, and the filler words we have used. Finally, the grammarian. Coming to the grammarian, if we look at the Maslow's psychological pyramid, grammarian is someone who will tell us that Toastmasters' top priority is something enlightenment. Each and every member, including the audience, after meeting, look for something takeaways. They want to improve their communication skills or the leadership skills. The grammarian, known as the English teacher, will someone who will represent the good usage and not so good usage of words. He will enlighten us the things he has seen in the meeting and will represent it in the meeting. Today there is something special I am going to follow. With the theme Independence to Interdependence, I have given the independence to my tag team and the evaluators. So I will be only introducing them. Whatever we used to have, the general evaluator used to evaluate, give the introduction and their opinions, won't be happening. Today I will just give the introduction and the opinion has to be given by the tag team on the podium. So it goes according as such. Let me present my view. Independence to interdependence. It's like, though we have become independent, but we do need interdependence. Our Toastmaster website clearly mentions it is a platform for mutual holistic support and partnership. That's what interdependence means. Each and every tag team and the evaluator have 45 seconds to give their theme in terms of their own voice. And at the end of the thoughts, they can conclude with words like Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, or Inqilab Zindabad. This can be anything. English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Konkani, any other. With this, I would like to introduce my tag team. Our first timer is someone who is from Fiat Chrysler. He loves to read. He is into Toastmasters since 1 month. He is someone who thinks communication and leadership is must. Please help me welcome our timer, Kirubaka. Please read your responsibilities.
Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never regain it again. So we all have freedom to use it wisely. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will be helping the speakers practice expressing a thought within a specific time. My duty is to prepare speeches, table topics, and speech evaluations during this meeting. The green card indicates qualifying time, and yellow card indicates target time, and red card indicates maximum time. And you have 30 seconds to finish up. For 5 to 7 minute prepared speeches, I will show green card at 5 minutes, and yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For evaluators, you have 2 to 3 minutes. The green card is shown at 2 minutes, yellow card shown at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red card shown at 3 minutes, and you have 30 seconds to finish. For table topics, each speaker is encouraged to speak 1 to 2 minutes. I will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, red card at 2 minutes. If you speak under time or over time by more than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified and not eligible for hours. I will report qualifying times when called upon throughout this meeting. Thank you. Over to the delivery.
Next is Arnav. He is a new Toastmaster who has been regular in all the meetings. A person from the IT field who also believes communication is essential for progress in the professional life. Please help me welcome our counter, Josh Sisters.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. My duty as our counter is to listen carefully for verbal distraction such as you know, and so, but, and other filler words or sounds. I will also keep track of the repeated words like the, and, I. Lastly, I keep track of long pauses when they are distraction. I will keep track of the number of these speaking errors in writing for each person that speaks and give you a report when called upon at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Mr. Evaluator.
Who is someone who loves to watch movies in his leisure time. A professional from Cognizant, loves reading, and he believes the purpose to join Toastmasters is to improve communication and leadership skills in each and every single person. Let me welcome Venkat Charapati.
Thank you, Chief Evaluator. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take a note of any misuses of the English language as well as any outstanding uses. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is carte blanche, which means it's unlimited power to act. As an example of using a word, I can give an example. The company gave the contractor carte blanche to modernize the kitchen. So they gave the company unlimited power for them to do that. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the word of the day report and the grammatical usage report when called upon. Over to you, General.
In the previous meetings, we have been having many guests and the hall has been full. But we have missed one specific person. His absence has been felt. He is no one else than Toastmaster Hiranadi. I give this card back. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General. Thank you, Toastmaster Karanveer, for explaining yours and your team's responsibilities clearly. Today is a very historic day for India in the world of Toastmasters as well. Do you know why? Every year, Toastmasters International conducts the International Speech Contest to choose the world champion of public speaking. The current world champion of public speaking is from our home district. He's a Sri Lankan, Toastmaster Dhananjaya Nithyaraj. And this year, we had the semi-finals yesterday. And it is very proud for me to announce to you or declare or happy to share with you that two people that I know very closely, most of you know very closely, have actually won each of their semi-finals and made it to the top 10 in the world for this year. Toastmaster Aditya Maheshwaran from Chennai is the first Indian representing India in the finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking in the history of 76 years of World Championship contests. A round of applause. Also a first-time contestant who defeated all of us and won the District 82 title, Toastmaster Arfad Salim. He won the the world semi-finals in his first attempt, and he has also sailed into the finals. And tonight at 12:30, that is 0030 hours on Sunday morning, they both will be taking stage with 8 other speakers from across the world for the title of the World Championship of Public Speaking. Our best wishes to them as well. India is making advancements in all fields, so that is why today our ExCom has also decided to have advanced speakers give you projects. Unfortunately, there is one very important person who was supposed to come and present the speech today. The first speaker in your agenda, Toastmaster Kritika. She's sought after by many places to hoist flags, and unfortunately she couldn't make it. Yes, hi Kritika. So that is why we will have the remaining 3 speeches today, and all 3 are very. Excuse me. All right, so considering that today is a very special day, the Independence Day, we have a special session before we begin our original session. So we have Senior Toastmaster Ramakrishnan presenting his thoughts on Independence Day. Please put your hands together.
Hearty Independence Day greetings to all of you. Sunil Jose asked me to talk about the nostalgic memories and reminiscences of independence movement. In 1947, when we got independence, I was 11 years old. I was studying second form of those days, or the 7th standard of present. Those days, I am able to remember the noise of warplanes buzzing overhead, and there will be every second minute some plane will be going, and there will be noise, and it was like police raj, and we were afraid to go out, and it will be some sort of an emergency. We didn't have enough freedom to go about, and some people would say today in 20th one bomb, Japanese have already a bomb, and like that. So people began evacuating Chennai, and even my sister had to go to her native place, Tirunelveli, to hide herself. And there were bunks, air precaution bunks, ARP bunks. It will be semicircular in size, and there will be public address system. They will be announcing that we should go and hide in the bunks if we hear any bombs. But I didn't get any opportunity to go and hide in the bunks. So, and then due to the sacrifice of our patriots and war heroes, we got independence at last. And there is one anecdote about why we are celebrating Independence Day on 15th August and Republic Day on 26th January. In 1921, when Mahatma Gandhi said, anyway, one day or other we are going to get independence, so we will celebrate, we will make the 26th January, we will observe 26th January as the Independence Day. So every year they were celebrating the 26th January as the Independence Day. But we got the Lord Ackley, he decided to leave this country in 1947, and on 15th August. So 15th August became the Independence Day. But for sentimental reasons, when we got the Republic Day was made as 26th January. So yes, I got it from Google. So it is not my own message. And then we got the independence through the Jawaharlal Nehru in 1947, August 14th, he gave a speech. He said we should all responsibility. We have comes along with freedom, so we should all be responsible citizens. We should pay our dues to the government regularly, tax of the government, and then along with that, we have to be. India has improved in all spheres: banking, agriculture, industry, technology, everything. But we are still lagging behind in certain areas. We have to protect our environment. We have to. We should not throw garbage wherever we see. Even though we cannot become Singapore, at least we will try to go towards Singapore. So let us take a pledge to DC, and we have to work as a team wherever in whichever domain we are working. We should work as a team. We should have positive thinking, positive attitude, creative thinking, and work for the betterment of the country and also ourselves. And we should go the extra mile to achieve the goals of our institution where we serve and also the country. And then in the domestic front, let us be good parents. Let us motivate our children to become good citizens of tomorrow. At the same time, we look after our parents also. So, as Dr. Abdul Kalam said, we will take every effort to make our country a developed nation by 2020. And I will conclude with Swami Vivekananda's arise, awake, stop not till you achieve your goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramakrishnan. Let's get on with the speeches for today. The first speaker for today is a person